Calm.
Do you like live shows? Do you like to laugh? Will you be in Manhattan? Do you have a thing for tallish gray-haired men in suits leering at you in an incredibly awkward way? Well, if you said yes to any three of the four, come and see a live taping of the BS of A with Brian Sack and enjoy all of his shenanigans. Ha, shenanigans? Seriously?
No, he actually has a box of real shenanigans, so we could just go with it.
Okay. Email tickets at gbtv.com. Legally, we cannot guarantee that you will laugh or that you will even enjoy. It is, however, free, and most people do like that. Email tickets at gbtv.com and watch the BS of A only on gbtv.com.
Okay, that's a piece, according to CNSnews.com article about the U.S. Bishops, U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, issue a huge statement late. That was yesterday. That was yesterday, declaring that the small intentions that President Barack Obama has announced yesterday, that the day to regulate it, that would force all health care plans in the United States. I don't understand this. Because Bishop Timothy Dolan, about this, quote this. Here's my purpose. Here in entirely bishops' statements explaining their continuing objections to the Obama administration mandates. That's all healthcare plans. And I gotta tell you something. This is gonna be outrageous. So, as I said this before, and I'll lay this out for you. If you get a politician, you would take on. This makes sense. No. Now, here's the second one. Why would put every little religion right in the? Not only has they put the Catholics, use the Catholics as the pinch, but broke all the religious people. All the religious people understand if they attack the Catholics, they will come after us as well.
I don't
understand why you would put the Catholics with so many Hispanics, the Catholics, and not the Catholic I was. I love Catholics. The kind of Catholic that actually listens to the Pope and goes to church and lives the doctrine.
60% of Latinos are Catholic.
Why possibly do that election year?
It doesn't
make any sense at all until I saw a line from Bill Donohue last night. I'll explain this. I believe in we will stand in the streets and we will lock arms with each other and we're not going to go anywhere. But he said, even if we say we will fight this, there I said, maybe even streets. And I thought, if I am a Marxist revolutionary, I'm thinking the way this administration thinks. They want you in the streets. They want you to be fighting the streets. Because why? Of the Occupy Wall Street. This is exactly just so that didn't happen. It gives them the chance to fight us, to marginalize people of faith. Because of the status, he's a religious extremist. And I fight in the streets. And I stir things up. They're intentionally using religion to stir things up.
That's my opinion.
That's my opinion.
I wanted to talk to
Bill Donohue. See if he has a better
and also find out what he meant
by
we're going to fight it lawsuits
for dispositions
even in the streets. Hi,
streets.
Bill. How are you?
Hey, Bill. Welcome to Tech Factor.
Oh yeah, not a problem.
No problem.
How did you mean that?
How did you mean that last
Well,
last
I'm
week?
going to be in conversation right now with some senior leaders in the Catholic Church, and it's coming very shortly, in the next couple of days, as to finalize some tactics and strategies. I have my plan on the table. I'm a little reluctant to say it input right now, but I do think that there has to be mass action. Every legitimate tool that's available to other protesters should be available to us. And I can tell you, in answer to one of your questions there, that you're kind of musing about, why would they do this? I spent 20 years in education, 16 as a professor, and I can tell you that these people on the left in general, they live in a bubble. They really do. They associate with and converse with people of like mind. There might be some marginal differences here and there in terms of strategies and the like, but they are uniformly hostile to religion, uniformly in favor of abortion rights, uniformly in favor of a very latitudinous understanding of sexuality as applied to gays, to everybody else. And they look at the Catholic Church in particular, because it's hierarchical, and we are 25% of the population, 28% of the electorate, I hope they're listening. They look at us as an obstacle to their idea of liberty, and they're right about that. Sociologically, they are correct. So, but they think that, you know, the days when the bishops really had that much effect are over, and I'll tell you the truth, up until maybe 7 or 8 years ago, when I saw things turning, I might have agreed with that perception. I don't think the bishops did command. And then we went through the scandal, and that lowered their moral authority as well. But these are new times. We not only have a dynamite leader in Timothy Dolan, the Archbishop of New York, head of the Bishops' Conference, will be a cardinal next week in Rome. But we have a new crop of bishops who are not passive, they're not bureaucratic, they are engaged. And, you know, a lot of people who have been out of the Catholic circle for a while, they don't understand it. They're saying, where did these guys come from? Well, because you don't keep up with what's going on, and you don't understand that these times are different. I just got back from Florida with the Tom Monahan's Legatus group, over 600 very affluent and powerful Catholics in the country. They gave me a nice award, and it was great. President Bush was there, and so many other good people, Bobby Jindal, the governor of Louisiana. I've never seen a reaction like it. Before I went up to the podium, I was talking about my new book coming out in May. They said to me, Bill, you got to talk about what we want to hear about. Hear about my book. I said, all right, listen, I got to be good with my publisher for a little bit, but now I'm going to address what's on your mind, because I've been deluged by these people, and I want to ask the Obama administration, the way I like to, about what they've been doing in terms of the infringements on religious liberty. The standing ovations, plural, that I got, screaming people, this is a new day dawning. I hope the Obama administration has finally figured it out. This is not business as usual in the Catholic community.
Tell me
what the status is. Are you have any arms with any other faith?
Oh, yes, I certainly have. There's 3 groups in particular, Jews, Mormons, and Protestants, who have been contacting us. We've had some others, but they would be the 3 biggest groups that have been contacting us. They've been emailing here, I was going to say by the hundreds or maybe by the thousands at this point. I've never seen anything quite like it. Reaching out to us, and you know what? Now, while some of them will say, yeah, we're going to stand with you because we'll be next, in all honesty, most of them are saying, listen, we just stand with you. I mean, obviously they know where this is going, and that it will be like the dominoes falling. They start with the Catholics, and then they go after others. But there are so many people of goodwill who are out there, amongst Protestants, Jews, Mormons, and others, who contacted us and said, listen, this is unfair. I don't care what people think about abortion or contraception or sterilization or anything of that nature. I know what the First Amendment means. And so I have been heartened. I can say I've been doing this job for 2 decades. Never have I seen such a visceral reaction upon people, not just Catholics, but upon people who are not Catholic, and coming to our support and our defense, which is why we can't let them down. We've got to do something very serious.
Well, 2 questions. Where did this originate? This idea. And who originated the idea to shut the chaplains down and not let the Catholics talk about this in the military?
Well, in terms of the first question, you can go back to Obamacare legislation, which was somewhat vague, admittedly, in terms of what specifically it would do, but it handed over to HHS, that's to say that the Department of Health and Human Services. They directed them to make some decisions about how this would be in terms of the details and the specifics. Now, look, President of the United States, when he was in the state Senate in Illinois,
Right.
led the fight to deny medical services to a child who's born alive as a result
Yes.
of a botched abortion.
If I'm not
He
mistaken.
handed over to
If I'm not mistaken.
the Bailius, who 3 successive archbishops have called her on the carpet about her Catholic public positions on abortion. She raised money for George Tiller, the most infamous partial birth abortionist in the United States. She's been hostile to the Catholic Church for decades. She's the one who's authorized her department to come up with the specifics. Now you know where all this stuff came from. And in case of the other one, we had the chief military chaplain, who's basically under Obama, tells Archbishop Broglio, who's a good man, he runs the Archbishop Military Services, that you cannot read and send out and have read from the pulpit a statement against Obama and the HHS rules. And of course, they didn't win on that. They did succeed in getting Archbishop Broglio to excise one sentence dealing with, well,
but it
Well,
was
but
the
it's these
sentence. We will stand against
this.
We
yeah,
will
but
not
it was
comply.
already out in print, so he really didn't win on that. But yes, they will try gag orders. They will try to intimidate. They will try everything in the book to try and push the secular agenda down the throat of Catholics and the rest of the country.
May I ask, the nuns and the
Those are
bishops
the-
that specifically were very, and I have to be very clear, I know the difference between social justice and social justice. And the Catholic Church has had social justice, but it has also had a problem, especially in South America, with social justice as understood by people like Jeremiah Wright. But you had bishops and nuns that were pushing this agenda. How are they folding back into the kind of the papal book of the Catholicism?
Well, to tell you the truth, it's been widely reported, and I think erroneously, that bishops worked against it. No, they basically fell in line, or if they didn't like it, they kept their mouths shut. It is true that some prominent priests, I'll be very specific, Larry Snyder, Father Snyder, head of Catholic Charities, big post. Father John Jenkins, head of University of Notre Dame, big post. Sister Carol Keehan, head of the Catholic Health Association. She did more than anybody to work against it. She's saying, you're misreading Obamacare. You haven't seen the specifics that have come out from HHS yet, and we think that we're going to stand with them. To their credit, they have now come out, those 3 people, and obviously there were others, but those are the 3 big-name people, the blue-chip players. They've all come out now and said they feel betrayed. They cannot believe what the Obama administration has done. You stood us up on this thing. And don't forget that Timothy Dolan, the Archbishop of New York, head of the Bishops' Conference, sat down with Obama in November and was told that you were going to get most of what you want, maybe not everything, but you're going to be a lot happier than you are today. He calls him up on Friday, January the 20th, and says, you lose. And Dolan, the man that he is, said, I am very disturbed by this, and that's why a lot of us are in conversation in terms of finalizing the exact strategies.
Well, Bill, I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys come up with, and know that at least I can speak for me. We stand with you. I stand with you. Anything I can do to help.
Well, you've already helped. You're getting the word out. You did it again last week, and thank God we have people like you who are out there getting this thing trumpeted, because the more people find out about it, the more outraged they're going to be.
You can go to the CatholicLeague.org and find out some more information. Also, I put something up last night on GBTV. What was the website that we put up? It was on for parishes, for people to get this out to their parishes. Do you know anything about that, Bill?
About that, Bill?
Oh, yes. I think the CatholicAdvocate.com.
Yeah, that's it. CatholicAdvocate.com. And if you're not Catholic, if you're Catholic, go there. If you're not, go there anyway. And just sign and just say we're with you.
We're with you.
Oh, there's a lot of websites out there now. A lot of people are chiming in, and that's good, because this thing is exploding.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bill. Appreciate it. Bill Donohue, president of the Catholic League. I will tell you this. Concerned that we are sitting on a powder keg. And that's exactly what this administration, people like Bill Ayers and Jones and everybody else want. They want a powder keg. We just have to be extraordinarily careful. stay in step with love, and peace, and be